Hello, high achievers. I'm here to talk about something many of us face in today's competitive world: burnout and that sneaky mental resistance to challenging tasks. We all know those critical tasks are vital for our growth, but sometimes it feels like our brains are actively working against us. It's not just you, it's a widespread challenge. But here's the good news: we can rewire our brains. First, let's understand what's happening upstairs. Your brain is wired for efficiency and self-preservation. When faced with a difficult task, especially one that's novel, uncertain, or requires significant effort, your brain often perceives it as a threat or a drain on resources. This triggers the fight or flight response, or in our context, the avoidance response. It's your limbic system, the ancient part of your brain, screaming, "Danger! Conserve energy!" This often manifests as procrastination, distraction, or feeling overwhelmed. And for entrepreneurs and professionals, this can be a real roadblock to innovation and progress. We need to trick our brains into seeing these tasks not as mountains, but as a series of achievable molehills. This is where dopamine manipulation comes in. Dopamine is your brain's reward chemical, and it's released not just when you achieve a goal, but also when you anticipate a reward or make progress. Instead of looking at that huge project, break it down into the smallest possible micro-actions. For example, if you need to write a business plan, your first micro-action isn't write the plan, it's open a blank document, or write one sentence for the executive summary. Here's the trick: as you complete each tiny step, acknowledge it. This creates a mini reward loop, a dopamine stack. Each completed micro-action releases a tiny hit of dopamine, signaling to your brain that this task isn't so bad after all. It's like building momentum with small wins. Case in point, I had an entrepreneur client who was dreading cold calls. We reframed it. Instead of make 50 calls, her first task was open the CRM, then find one contact, then dial the first number. Within an hour, she had made 5 calls without the usual dread. Our brains are storytellers. The narrative we tell ourselves about a task profoundly impacts our motivation. If you tell yourself, "This is going to be terrible, it's so hard," your brain will believe you. This is where cognitive reframing comes in. Instead of focusing on the difficulty, reframe the task's purpose and potential benefits. Ask yourself, how will completing this task contribute to my larger vision? What new skills will I develop? What opportunities will it unlock? Shift from "I have to do this" to "I get to do this," or "I choose to do this because it aligns with my goals." This taps into your intrinsic motivation, which is far more powerful than external pressure. Example: for a professional facing a daunting presentation, instead of "I have to prepare this boring presentation," reframe it as "This is my chance to showcase my expertise and influence key stakeholders." This simple shift can transform dread into excitement. Sometimes, the hardest part is just starting. This is where the 5-minute rule shines. Commit to working on a challenging task for just 5 minutes. Tell yourself, "I'll just do this for 5 minutes, and if I hate it, I can stop." What often happens? Once you've overcome the initial inertia, those 5 minutes turn into 10, then 20, then a full productive session. Your brain realizes the threat wasn't so bad, and the momentum carries you forward. Pair this with pre-commitment. Before you even start, decide when and where you'll tackle the task. For instance, tomorrow at 9 a.m., I will work on my budget report in my office for at least 5 minutes. This removes decision fatigue and makes it easier to initiate. Finally, let's talk about neuroplasticity, your brain's incredible ability to adapt and change. Every time you push through discomfort and complete a challenging task, you're literally strengthening the neural pathways associated with discipline, focus, and resilience. You're building a more robust, resilient productivity mindset. View discomfort not as a barrier, but as a signal of growth. The more you voluntarily lean into these challenging moments, the easier they become over time. You are training your brain to see challenges as opportunities, not threats. Think of it like a muscle. The first time you lift a heavy weight, it's tough. But with consistent effort, that muscle adapts and gets stronger. Your brain works the same way. You are not destined to be stuck in a cycle of burnout and resistance. You have the power, armed with these neuroscience-backed strategies, to rewire your brain and reclaim your professional passion. Start today. Pick one task you've been avoiding. 1. Break it down into micro actions. 2. Reframe your narrative around it. 3. Apply the 5-minute rule. 4. Embrace the discomfort as a sign of growth. You've built businesses, led teams, and achieved incredible things. Now, it's time to apply that same drive to master your own mind. Ignite your productivity, transform burnout into sustained high performance, and unlock your full potential. The roadmap is clear, the power is yours. Let's get to work.